your perfect date.
April 25th. Not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Naomi J, and I'm back at it again with another video. For those that haven't seen my last one, y'all should go check it out. Inside Out 2 review. I'm not really doing movie reactions at this time. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to again, but I will keep y'all updated. For the meantime, I hope y'all sit back and enjoy these new videos I'm doing, child. It's new and scary territory for me, but it's fun, so I'm gonna just do it anyway. I'm gonna do it scared. So for today, what we are going to be doing a tier ranking romance trope. So I've seen a couple of people do this, but most specifically I should say, Lay Antagonist. I don't know if y'all know her, but I love her. That's the girl that does like that intro. If it's not romance, then like who cares kind of thing. I forgot exactly how it goes, but forgive me, girl, if I butchered it. But it was like, if it's not about romance, then what is it all about? Like, that's the gag. Like, cause yeah, for all my hopeless romantics or hopeful romantic girlies, like, I love a good romance. I love a good book. I love a good TV show. Like, I love a good romance. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about my favorite tropes or my hated tropes. Ugh, entirely. Like, I hate them. So the tier rankings that I have, because like most people I've seen have like their own tier category, but essentially it's like least, like most liked to like
technical difficulty. We have a tech.
Okay, y'all, so I had no space on my memory card. I'm new to this camera-ish, so let's testing 1 2 3 marker, take 2 or take 3. Let me not crash out. Anywho, so before I was really interrupted, which y'all probably not gonna see, but so everyone has like a tier ranking that I've seen so far. They have like their own tier categories that they like make up, but essentially it's like most loved to like most hated, or I should say most loved to like least liked or something like that. It's like tiers. So the tiers that I have, let me pull up my tier maker, my handy dandy tier maker. I have it in 7 categories, 7 tier categories. The first one is like upper echelon, perfection, no complaints. Snatched my wig. That means like it literally like took it off. Like, ooh, whiplash, okay? That means upper echelon, elite, supreme, okay? The second one is 8 down, which is like, it's great, it's amazing, but it's not as good as Snatch My Wig. It's just like a tier lower. The next one is 'Twas a Gag. Like, I'm intrigued. I quite enjoyed it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. She's 3rd on the list, 3rd overall, high score. Then we have Could Be, Could Be Not, Who's to Say. I don't know if y'all seen The Color Purple, but that's where I got it from. Where Celie was like, any male come for me, and Mr. was like, could be not, who's to say. So could be not, who's to say is like, it could either be really, really good. Like, if it depends on the book, movie, or TV show, like this trope could be really, really good, or it could go all the way left. So that's like a could be not, who's to say. Like, in some cases it's good, some cases it's bad. Next is IDK, which means like I really don't know much about this trope to really make a judgment, because I don't read much of it, watch much of it. Yeah, essentially that's what it is. That's the next trope. The 6th on the list. It's kind of like, I don't like it, but I might watch it as a guilty pleasure. I might partake. I'm like, it's okay. Or not even okay. It's not good, but I'll watch it. That's what I should say. And then the last one we have, Kill It with Fire. Run, kill it. Kill It with Fire. I hate it. Don't bring that to me. Like, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Like, do not bring that trope to me. If someone says this is a trope that I want you to read, and the minute I see that trope, I'm like, I'm not reading it. I'm not watching it. Immediately. I'm like, does it have this? Forget about it. We're not doing it. So we're going to be ranking a lot of tropes, as y'all will be able to see in the backdrop. A lot of tropes. A lot of the words got cut off when I tried to do the tier maker, so forgive me. It's not going to look... It's all cut off. Our arms are cut off. Our legs were cut off. Like, everything was cut off. Like, the words were cut off. Some of the words are fine, but you make do with what you have, okay? So, first things first. The realist. Let's see. So, I'm going to rank the first trope. I'm going to start with the best. Because 9 out of 10, I would have started from, what was it? Save the best for last. But a lot of y'all have a very short attention span, okay? Y'all not gonna stick through the whole thing. I already know. So I'm like, let me just do the best first, because, child, if I'm trying to go through the worst, and then y'all not gonna stay for the end. So let me just give you the best first, okay? So first on the list, enemies to lovers.
The signs of a classic love-hate relationship. And from the sparks of that conflict rise the flames of desire.
Now, y'all already know, I've been saying this for years. Enemies to lovers, bodies, every single trope. If y'all see my Pride and Prejudice, y'all know. Enemies to lovers, bodies, every single trope. It's just the tension, the passion. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I like that feeling of you saw someone at their worst and then you grew to love them. So it's like there's no surprises. Like, you already started off at the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, I eat that ish down. Like, every time there's enemies to lovers in a movie, I eat it down. As long as it's not abusive or anything like that. Like, I don't like that. But 9 out of 10, no, I should say 10 out of 10, I enjoy enemies to lovers. So enemies to lovers is obviously gonna go in Snatched, my wig. Okay. A couple of examples. I'm also gonna give you guys some recommendations and stuff, and like favorite books, TV shows, and movies that I watch or have read that like embody this trope. So the first one, You've Got Mail. I love that movie. I love that movie. You guys should watch it. Like, I literally watch it, like, I don't know, a couple of times out the year. I can't really quantify how much, but it's pretty recent. Like, you already know I know the lines, so okay. I love Meg Ryan. I love Tom Hanks down, and I love that, like, they started off. Oh, it's also like a secret pen pal relationship too, which I like, because that mixed with enemies to lovers, perfect, iconic. Like, I like that it was kind of like she owned a bookstore and he was like a big bad book conglomerate trying to take over all the little bookstores. So there was a lot of tension there, but behind closed doors, they were in a secret anonymous email relationship. Like, I'm sad. Any like movies or books like that, I'm sad. Anyway, next, Pride and Prejudice, 2005. I say 2005. It's really all of them, all of the Pride and Prejudice movies that encompass this body trope, and even that encompass this trope, and even the book itself, that was like the main one, Jane Austen, like that was the original. But I only watched Pride and Prejudice 2005, so that's all I can talk about it. But pretty much all of them. Leap Year with Amy Adams and what's his name, Matthew something, I forgot, my bad, homie. I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man, I don't know his last name. But Leap Year, love that movie. Max and Kyle from Living Single, okay, I love them. They were peak banter, peak enemies. We love it. Enemies, like, they're more so frenemies, but I quite enjoyed their dynamic. Pacey and Joey from Dawson's Creek. I have to get back on that because I still haven't finished, but I love Pacey and Joey. They're a cute couple. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Now, it is enemies to lovers, but at the same time, kind of not. I don't know if this is considered a trope, battle of the sexes. I guess it could be considered a trope, but I count that as enemies because they're going head to head without even realizing it. So y'all should go check that out. Anthony and Kate from Bridgerton season 2. You're the bane of my existence. And what was it? The object of all my desires or something like that. Iconic. You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. I read this book 2 years ago. It was a great book. It was basically about like an engaged couple. Like they started off, it's kind of giving lovers to enemies to lovers again, like 8. Because, you know, they started off in a relationship, everything's all cute, and, you know, they got engaged. Next thing you know, they stopped messing with each other like during the engagement. But they're trying to get each other to break up with the person because apparently like whoever breaks up first has to pay for like the wedding, like basically what would have been the wedding, they have to pay the person back or something like that. I haven't read it in 2 years, y'all, but basically someone was gonna have to come about the pocket if they broke up. So they were trying to get each other to break up with, like, they're trying to sabotage and be like, I want to break up with you, I'm gonna make you break up with me, so I don't gotta break up with you, so I don't gotta worry about it, kind of thing. Blended, we got Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler, iconic, love that movie, love it down. Rock and Lorette from Take the Lead. I don't know if y'all ever seen Take the Lead with Antonio Banderas, teaching he was teaching, not teaching, no, yes he was teaching delinquent kids, the kids that were constantly in detention, ballroom dancing. Yeah, it was nice. And the 2 high school students named Rock and Lorette, Lorette was actually played by Yaya DaCosta from America's Next Top Model. Beautiful woman. So basically Rock and Lorette were 2 high school students, and their brothers both passed away in like a gang shootout thing. So basically their brothers were enemies, so they're enemies. That dynamic was interesting. Yeah, so that enemies to lovers, that was peak enemies to lovers, okay? And I was sad. I watched it when I was really young. It came out like 2006. I was sad since then. Y'all could tell me I was an enemies to lovers fan out the womb, basically. Fetus enemies to lovers fan. Anyway, so after that we got What Happens in Vegas. That's another good one. It also could be a marriage of convenience or accidental marriage trope too, which is cool. That's with Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher. Pretty good movie. And then another book I have is Yellow Hibiscus by Tope Omotosho. Sorry if I butchered your name, sis, but this is a Nigerian Christian author that I found randomly one day, and I read her book called Yellow Hibiscus. It's a really good book. I quite enjoyed it myself. So I'm just gonna, she doesn't know I'm doing this, but I actually got a chance to connect with her like on TikTok and stuff like that. So she doesn't know that I'm doing this, but I loved her book so much, so I'm gonna promote it. Okay, girl, it was a great book, and we need more Christian clean romances, especially clean romances. Like, even if you aren't a Christian, I think clean romances like are always put under the side, and like we need some clean romances, y'all. Come on, like, we don't gotta see corn all the time. When we're reading a book, we can't escape it. We cannot escape. We cannot come out. It's always something like, dang, like, y'all flashing it at me at this point. You might as well show me. Like, ugh. Sorry. No, for anyone, any spice enthusiast, I'm so sorry to say, but I'm just tired of reading about it. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to read it. Don't want to think about it. It's just the pain, the torture, the torment. I don't want to see it. Thank you very much. Can we please, anyone have some clean recommendations of a book? Let me know. Preferably Black or people of color, but yeah. So the next trope we have is second chance. Give me a chance, give me a chance, give me a chance. Now, I struggle with the second chance of where to put it, because in real life, I don't do second chances. Let me stop. I mean, don't get me wrong, I forgive people, but I mean, like, as far as like second chance to, like, if you think, like Serena from Love Island said, if you think you could swindle me again, like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. So, but in the realm of a book or a movie or a TV show, I can't lie, I'm sad. I like the tension. I like the we had a past. I'm sad when it comes to a book and a movie. So like, I tried to put it lower on the list, but because I have so many movies and books and TV shows that correlate with this trope that I love so much, I have to put it high on the list. So I'm gonna move it to A down because it's amazing, but it didn't snatch my wig because it's not like up echelon, but it's up there. So A down. So a few examples are Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. See, this is what I talk about in a book and a movie that ate. That was a good book, okay? Like, it was about a divorced couple. They went through something traumatic. I'm not gonna say because it might spoil it for y'all. There go that Haitian stutter child. Curses. Anyway, so they're a divorced couple. And yeah, they went through something traumatic and they're trying to find their way back to each other. They kind of end up finding their way back to each other. So it's a second chance romance, so y'all should know. Like, that's not a spoiler because obviously that's the premise of the whole book. They're gonna get back together. But it was amazing. Like, just how she spoke about the trauma. Like, you felt the character's pain. Like, it was very cathartic. Like, so that's kind of why I like second chance romances, because I know that I don't care for that in real life, but it's nice to see like people coming together and reconciling. Yeah, not for me though. Y'all be easy. But anyway, The Vow. That's a good movie. That was like a kind of like a new different spin on second chance romance, because it's not like they left each other because of like, oh, they just decided not to be with each other, or there was tension, or there was drama. It was something that was like traumatic. It took place in the form of a car accident. It was with Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum. I don't know if I said that. But basically they got into a car accident. Rachel McAdams' character lost her memory, and basically Channing Tatum is trying to like, you know, convince, and she forgot that Channing Tatum was her husband and things of that nature. So basically he's trying to fight for her love back. It was a beautiful story. Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon and child, I be forgetting the man's name. Dang, I need to do better at remembering male actors' names. I just remember the women. I'm like, that's it. But anyway, Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon. It was a good movie. I quite enjoyed it. I'm not gonna go over each single example because it will take a while, and I don't got much memory on this card. So Sweet Home Alabama, watch it. It's good. The Parent Trap. That's also another form of second chance, because the divorced parents, they were really sinister for splitting up them twins. But at the end of the day, they got back together. I did like that portion of the story. I didn't like the fact that if there weren't kids involved, I could understand it. So I'm like, okay, I could see why y'all separated, stuff like that, and getting back together, like, that would be really nice. But the fact that y'all separated y'all kids, it's always gonna be a side eye for me. That's all I'll say. Whitley and Dwayne from A Different World. Now, I'm taking some points off of this trope, not the trope, off of this couple, metaphorical points. I'm not really keeping score, but I'm taking points off of them for cheating. Because, granted, they were together for a little bit. Like, they were opposites attract. They were an opposites attract trope. And, they end up getting together in like the 3rd, 4th season. Y'all should definitely check out A Different World. It's a spin-off of The Cosby Show. It's a great show. I love that show. Okay. Black Legacy. All right. So they were together at one point. They got engaged, and then Dwayne kind of started playing games low-key. Started getting cold feet, and then Whitley's like, yeah, no, I want you to be all in. So she kind of left him. She's like, yeah, no, you're not all in this, so let me do you a favor. Child, next thing you know, it was until Whitley got with another man that Dwayne decided to like shape up and started to try to pursue Whitley and all that stuff. And Whitley was a whole engaged woman later on. Like, she met someone and got engaged to a new person. That was pretty fast, but hey. And they end up cheating. They end up having a little affair. You would think that would be enough And Whitley will be like, you know what, since I had this affair, let me leave Byron. Let me leave my engaged partner. Let me leave the partner I'm engaged to. She didn't. She still walked down that altar. And Dwayne came the night before her wedding talking about some dang, like, I kind of screwed up. Like, why didn't we make it work? And you could clearly see that they love each other. Like, this is the part of the trope I don't like. I don't like the cheating aspect. Like, come on. Like, y'all couldn't just come back together, you know, without hurting other people. But I'm not gonna lie, that wedding scene when literally they were at the cusp of will you marry me, or not will you marry me, of the cusp of like, will you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? Like, they were literally, if she said I do to that man, she would have been married immediately. Dwayne came out the clutch at the altar, me at the altar. Like, he would rant up, like, he was at the altar, someone said, will you have me? Will you marry me to have it to hold? Baby, please, please. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody ever better do that to my wedding or it's chop. But for the show, it was iconic. I'm not gonna lie. And Whitley looked back at Byron, looked at Dwayne, and said, I do to Dwayne. It was cinematic, but it was problematic as well. Because I was like, what the hell? What? Because can you imagine if I was Byron? Set it off. I would have set it off in the whole church, in the pews, everywhere. Set it off. I'm so sorry. Set it off. Anyway, but it was a cute scene, and I did like Whitley and Dwayne more, but I just wish that they didn't cheapen it with the cheating. But I say all that to say, this is part of a second chance. The Notebook, same references as whatchamacallit, A Different World, because of the cheating. So y'all were cute together, and yes, it was basically Allie's mom's fault that y'all separated. The Notebook is with Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling, by the way. That's one male actor I remember, y'all. Anyway, they were a cute couple. They got back together later on, but again, cheating. Allie cheated on Lon, and Lon was a great man too. James Marsden, handsome man. So we take off metaphorical points for that too. The next is opposites attract trope. Love that trope down. I'm gonna put opposites attract in "'Twas a Gag." Like, I loved it, but not enough to put it in the top 2. So examples are, I'm just gonna zoom through these because, child, I'm chatting like, hey, okay. She's All That, Pretty Woman. These are all movies. A Walk to Remember, Grease, Carter and Quinn from Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. Y'all should check that out. It's a YA black romance. Really, really cute. Emma and Sean from Degrassi, opposites track. I'm definitely going to do, God willing, I'm definitely going to do a Degrassi deep dive very soon because I used to eat, sleep, and breathe Degrassi back in my junior high days. Like, okay, like, Degrassi was, every so often Degrassi becomes a personality of mine. So y'all be seeing that. Tiana and Naveen from Princess and the Frog. Rapunzel and Flynn from Tangled. Fran and Max Sheffield from The Nanny. Like, definitely opposite attract. I love opposite attract. I love that, like, people can still come together despite having differences. And people don't have to be the same. The next one is Rivals to Lovers. I'm gonna put that into, like, I like Rivals to Lovers, but at the same time, I haven't read much of it or seen much of it. But from what I've seen, I'm gonna put it in "'Twas a Gag." It was pretty good. At first I didn't, prior to this, I was looking at some common examples of tropes, and I realized that I have seen this movie called The Internship recently. I saw The Internship this year with Vince Vaughn. It was a good movie. And there were 2 people that I realized that encompassed this trope, Rivals to Lovers. So Stuart and Neha from The Internship. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but basically they work at Google. They're like tech employees, I don't know what to call it, or tech interns, I should say, because I don't really know much about tech, so forgive me. But basically, like, they're on the same team, working for Google or interning for Google, and they just have these, like, this little banter, and, like, that's why I kind of called it Rivals to Lovers. So They were cute. Stuart is played by Dylan O'Brien. I loved him growing up. And this movie came out in 2013. So this was like when he was like peaking, like Teen Wolf and all that. I had a big crush on Dylan O'Brien. Holla at me. Anyway, The Hating Game, that book, I forgot who wrote it. I'm so sorry. But I guess the book and the movie encompass like rivals to lovers. I know they said enemies to lovers, but I feel like rivals to lovers is maybe a little bit different. Only because when I think of like a workplace or like school or something like that, where it's like you're vying for like one spot, I consider that to be like a rival. Like you're going against each other for like a common goal. But it gets kind of sticky. Rivals to lovers and enemies to lovers can be considered similar. But yeah. Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. It could be considered a rivals to lovers. I read this like 2-3 years ago, so forgive me, but I feel like I remember the main characters like vying for like an artistic writing or movie. It was something artistic where it's like they were vying for a spot or something like that. I honestly forgot. I'm so sorry. But from what I remember, it was kind of rivals to lovers. They also had some banter as well. So the next trope is girl falls first. You see my face? You can tell when I'm probably gonna rank it. I'm gonna put it in the category. I don't like it. Simply to say, I just don't like it. It's not, I don't loathe it entirely, but I literally can't stand, because honestly, a lot of time when the girl falls first, we never know what the guy got going on. Especially in real life. Like, I don't like the whole girl falls first trope, because girl falls first in real life all the time. Well, not gonna say all the time, but it's annoying. Like, you don't even know what the guy's thinking. Girls, I'm sorry. I know they always say, oh, don't listen, you know, do your own thing. But don't shoot your shot at men. Don't do it. I'm telling you, if you want him to like if you're not sure that he likes you, don't shoot your shot. Like, you would know if he likes you, because he's gonna talk to you. Don't shoot your shot, because sometimes men will just settle for anything. Sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, but sometimes a man will just take something just because it's there. So it's like, you may have approached him, okay, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to her because she came up to me, but they will never let you forget it. They will never let you forget it. I'm not speaking from personal experience, I'm sorry to say, but I've seen it. Okay, I've seen it on social media. I've seen it with people I know. Okay, you never know. You're like, I haven't shot my shot, but I've liked. Okay, I've liked men, and I've realized, like, at this point, I'm gonna just keep to myself, because what happened to the light? Just give me the lights. Okay, whatever that is. Yeah, so I realized it's just not worth it. Because if he's not checking for you, sis, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not fun. Like, I've liked people behind closed doors, and I would have never told them I liked them. Just for the simple fact that I've seen folks get played out. No. You ain't gonna know until you like me. What's that, G-Way? Yeah, no. I could like you first, but in my mind, you're not gonna know. And the best part of this plan is no one can stop me. Period. So a couple examples of this are Flipped. That movie Flipped. Just look it up, child, because I don't got time. My Best Friend's Wedding. Julia Roberts was crashing out. You see what I'm saying? He ain't like her. He picked somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall first. Don't pursue them. Don't chase after them. Sit your butt down. Thank you very much. You're going to be embarrassed. Angus Thong's Perfect Snogging. Twilight. I feel like Bella was crashing out over Edward, so I put Twilight in this category. Jersey Girl in 1992. That version. Not the Ben Affleck. Yeah, not that one. This is like an obscure movie. I actually kind of really like it. But she was crashing out over that main character. Over that man. They end up getting together though, but like... she was chased. I was cringing because I'm like, you crashing out over this man. Anyway, Belly and Conrad. She loved Conrad first. So yeah, the only exception I would say is My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which she falls first, but at the same time she fell first, but in her mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, she thought he was cute, but she was honestly focusing more on her self-improvement, and then the man came to her. You see what I'm saying? So she saw him, he caught her eye, but she wasn't gonna do nothing about it. She didn't chase after him, she chased after self-improvement, and we love to see that. That's what we should do. And the last but not least, girl falls first, the Parkers. We saw how Professor Ogilvy played Nikki Parker out. So ladies, moral of the story, don't pursue the man. Thank you. Boy falls first. This is your job. This is why I'm gonna put it higher on the list, because this is your job. I'm sorry to say, double standards, call it what you call it, I don't care. It is a double standard and I stand on it. Oh well. No, we're supposed to pursue. So anyway, boy falls first. Let's see, where am I putting it? I'm putting it in Twas a Gag. I quite enjoy it. So I'm gonna put it in Twas a Gag, but it's not top 2 to me. So example of boy falls first is Stanley and Iris. I love that movie with Robert De Niro and Jane Fonda. Another obscure movie to me, because I heard about it later on in my adult years. Came out in 1990. Okay, I was born in 1996, so I definitely didn't know about that movie, child. I love that movie, and he just the way he pursued her, and he was just so kind, and y'all should check out that movie. It's a beautiful story. When I say beautiful, beautiful, inspiring story. Okay, beautiful, and it shows you that it's never too late. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to fall in love. It's just never too late. Like, we love it. Next is True Beauty. I think Lee Soo-ho, and it's a K-drama, I think Lee Soo-ho fell for Lim Joo-kyung. I'm sorry if I butchered those names. I think he fell for her first, low-key. I do. So I'm putting that under boy falls first. Next we have brother's best friend. I like that trope. So I'm going to put that into, where was I? I'm going to put it in Twas a Gag as well. Not top 2, but pretty good. So an example of brother's best friend is like Monica and Chandler. Monica and, from Friends. Monica and Ross are brother and sister. Ross and Chandler are friends. So that was the only one I could find. I was like the brother's best friend trope. I like the brother's best friend. I like that tension of, like, I don't know, like the brother protecting his little sister, but that's also his friend. So that tension there, I love it. Best friend's brother in the opposite way, I don't care for it. I really don't care, especially when it comes to like the girl, like the girl's her best friend and it's like her brother. Like, I don't really like it. Like, I can't explain. I just don't care for it. To me, it's just a little lame. Like, because sometimes I find that the girl end up like neglecting her friends sometimes, and I don't know. Like, it depends. It really depends. Like, I'm thinking of The Edge of 17, which I didn't care for. Like, Nadine's friend. Like, I feel like she started acting funny when she started getting with Nadine's brother. Like, that's probably why I don't like best friend's brother. I'm just like, okay, pick me. Anyway, but an example of best friend's brother, which I didn't mind, were the kissing booth. Wasn't bad, because at least her best friend was a guy. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever. Moving on. The kissing booth and Torrance and Cliff from Bring It On. That wasn't actually bad because she didn't neglect her friendship with Missy. I think that Torrance had a nice balance there, which I appreciate. She cherished both of their relationships, which is good. So yeah, that's a good example. But I still don't care to read it, watch it. So that's why it's lower on the list. Yeah, I put it in eh. I think I forgot to say that, but it's in eh. It's not the worst, but it could be better. Friends to lovers.
Are we becoming friends now?
Yeah.
This is hard. I don't really care for friends to lovers. It's just, I'm putting it in could be not, who's to say, because sometimes it's really good, other times it's just really boring and just, okay, we get it, you guys are friends and have loved each other for so long, but y'all playing the game and stay dating other people when y'all could be dating each other. Like, I get tired of seeing it. I don't care. But I say could be not, who's to say, because there are some people, there are some couples that I like that have this trope, like Alina and Mal from Shadow and Bone. Netflix, I will never forgive y'all for canceling that show. I love that show down. But Alina and Mal, this was my first like friends to lovers that I really like rooted for. And I would think I would root for like the enemies to lovers portion, but I didn't even care for that because to me it seemed kind of abusive. So I was like, I'm not shipping the enemies to lovers portion of this. Like, with the Dark King or Darkling and Alina, I was like, it never gave to me. I was like, she don't like that man. It's not giving romance. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And he played her. I don't like it. But Alina and Mal, my boy went to the end of the earth for her, okay? And that's something I actually really liked. Even though I don't care for the friends to lovers trope, they're the exception for me. Colin and Penelope, they're okay. But yeah, like I said, they're okay. Like, it took Colin how many times to realize that she was the one. I'm tired of having the girlies having to sit there and wait and be like, when are you gonna notice it's me? Move on. Like, let's just move on. Like, please, don't wait for that man. Don't wait for that man. It worked out for her, but don't wait for that man, please. When Harry met Sally, this was iconic because I put this in friends to lovers, but it was originally like enemies to lovers at first, but they started being friends for years after. They had like a 12-year long relationship. Like, it was interesting. So I like When Harry Met Sally. It's an iconic movie. Like, whenever you hear about rom-coms, you know When Harry Met Sally gonna come up. Love and Basketball, another friends to lovers. As I watched it in my adulthood, I realized this is not a romance I want to emulate. Messy all around, but it's friends to lovers. So, but y'all should watch it when I get a chance. Y'all will be entertained. But if you're looking for like, oh my gosh, this is just such a great romance and I want this for myself, you ain't gonna get that. Especially watching that as an adult. They fooled us as kids. Brown Sugar, another friends to lovers. I don't care much for it because, like I said, cheating. And why the hell would you get married to somebody when you just kissed your best friend the night before? All right? Let's turn this on. I don't like that. So that's probably why I'm like friends to lovers. I don't like that because especially if I'm getting married, I'm sorry. I don't want my future husband to have a female best friend. I don't. Sorry. I've seen too many movies and read too many books to know. Especially if you're attracted to your friend, dead it. No. No. Because why don't you be with her then? Absolutely not. Just Friends, Ryan Reynolds, and Amy Smart. I forgot her name, but yeah, Just Friends. That's another one. 13 Going on 30. That was cute, but I'm going to minus metaphorical points for the cheating part because, what's his name? Mark Ruffalo? I forgot. Mark Ruffalo's character cheated on his fiance. See what I'm saying? Like, you don't need that. The Duff, another friends to lovers. So next on the list we have Love Triangle. Loathe entirely. We're gonna put that in Kill It With Fire. I hate that. I've hated it ever since freaking Vampire Diaries. I don't watch Vampire Diaries anymore, but the whole back and forth from between brothers is crazy. My Life with the Walter Boys, I don't care for it. Why are you brother hopping? Weird. The Summer I Turned Pretty, brother hopping. Weird. What is this brother hopping? Enough. Pick one and move on. Like, I don't like this whole, oh, I want him. You're disgusting. That's harsh, but girl, ew. Swapping swores. Anyway, moving on. Craig, Manny, and Ashley from Degrassi. Messy love triangle. Messy. The whole cheating between, and Manny was my girl. And I did not like Ashley, but Ashley did not deserve to get cheated on. And that's why we don't do love triangles. Especially when it's two girls and a guy. Because as a woman, why are you fighting another woman over a man? Oh, no. Two men fighting over a woman is crazy too. But that's at least a little bit more. Because they used to do that back in the day. People used to joust over women, okay? They used to. So that makes a little bit, at least that makes a little bit more sense. Nobody should be doing it now. But at least that makes a little bit more sense. Because why are you fighting over a man? Okay, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, that's in Kill It With Fire, as I stated. Next we have on the list is Insta Love. Now, I wrestled with this for a little bit. Because there are sometimes I read a book and I'm just like, where's the slow burn? Where's the tension? Where's the banter? Why are you guys falling in love immediately? It's weird. But I'm putting it in could be not, who's to say. Because there are some movies that I like. Or I should say like at least one or two movies that I like that have this trope. And it kind of eats. Well, this movie was a book before a movie. So I guess it's a book and a movie. But The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. With Yara Shahidi that was a good movie. I kind of enjoyed it. It's not like, to me, it wasn't like Oscar winning, but I enjoyed it. Like the Insta Love, I was surprised. He was like, basically, I could make you fall in love with me in a day. And I was like, that's intriguing. That's interesting. But the chemistry was there. Sometimes when the chemistry is there, the chemistry is there. I'm not gonna lie. Been there, done that, okay? Then when the chemistry is there, the chemistry is there. It may not be love or nothing, but the chemistry is there. It's like, oh, I could see. If I'm here for a long time, I could see this going somewhere. That's kind of like the Insta Love. I could see that. Serendipity with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale. I watched it like a year or two ago, and I kind of enjoyed it. It was kind of like a fated lovers kind of thing. Like, they just could never escape each other. Like, it was just like a divine timing love kind of thing. Like, they was always meeting each other. It was interesting, and they kind of fell for each other pretty quickly, and I kind of enjoyed it, low key. That's how I put it in. Could be, not could be, who's to say? Because sometimes it could be good, other times it could be really, 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 really lame. The next we have is Bodyguard trope. I love a good Bodyguard trope. Like, it's one of my favorites. But I am gonna put it in "'Twas a Gag" because sometimes it could get repetitive over and over and over and over again. So as I'm putting it in "'Twas a Gag," it's third on my list, third overall high score. I love it. Examples are the K2. It's a K-drama. Love it. Y'all should go check it out. It was on Netflix. I'm not sure where it is now, but it's a good one. The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner. Like, come on, hello. Hello. I also gotta find more Bodyguard books. So if anyone knows of any clean romance Bodyguard books, please let me know. Cause, okay, yeah, that's all I have to say. Cause the Bodyguard stuff that I've seen so far, as far as books go, ain't clean. So, yeah, moving on. So, mafia and like mafia gang. That's what I put, mafia gang trope. I'm trying to figure out where to put this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in could be, not, who's to say. Sometimes it could be really, really good. Other times it could just be a little weird, like a little abusive. Like, cause why are you kidnapping the main character? Like, to join your gang. It's weird. I don't like the kidnapping. I never, not a big fan. I don't like that ish. If there's like a mafia involved, if the main character caught a crime and it's like, I gotta kidnap her, and she falls in love with me, like, I don't particularly like it. It's weird. I don't know. Someone would have to write really, really well to make me miss something like that, to make me bypass something like that. Someone would have to write it really well, but I don't care for that. But when it's done right, like no kidnapping involved, I like a good, like Romeo Must Die was a good one. Like, I think there was like In a Gang or something like that, and Aaliyah and Jet Li, cute movie. It was not cute, definitely not cute. A good movie, because it was not cutesy. It was a lot of violence and all that stuff. So, but yeah, Midnight Poppyland. I don't know if y'all heard about it on Webtoon, but it's an interesting webtoon, webcomic. Quite enjoyed it. Next we have on the list, where did I put Mafia? Yeah, I put it in could be, not. We have the Secret Identity. I put this all together. Secret Identity, pen pal, mistaken identity trope. Because I feel like they all kind of correlate with each other, so I didn't separate them. This I will put under 8 down. I love a secret identity, mistaken identity, pen pal. Like, you guys are writing to each other or texting each other and y'all don't know who y'all are in real life, or y'all hate each other in real life, or just don't connect in real life. It's just, I love it. Or a mistaken identity trope. I love it. I love it so much. You've Got Mail is one of them, like the secret identity pen pal. Love it. While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock was pretty good. It was like a mistaken identity. It was interesting. She pretended to be this guy's fiance. She saved this guy on the train track's life, and while she was trying to make sure he was okay in the hospital, someone just assumed that he was the wife, and so the nurse was going around telling the family that came in, like, oh, that's his fiance or something like that, and Sandra Bullock couldn't get out of it. It was interesting. I love that movie. Because This Is My First Life, it's a K-drama. it also encompasses the marriage of convenience trope, which I'll talk about later, but it's like a secret identity trope, because they're living in they're roommates, and they don't even know, they met before, but they were like strangers on a bus stop, but she ended up like getting matched with like a roommate or whatever, like he was looking for a roommate, and she ended up matching with him, but they never met face to face. So she's moving into his apartment, and he's thinking that's a guy, she's thinking that's a girl. It was pretty interesting. Yeah. And another secret identity, or pen pal I should say, is Lake House with Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. It was like kind of not futuristic, what am I saying, it was like fantasy based, because they're writing to each other, but she's 2 years ahead and he's 2 years behind. But they're at this lake house, and they have this mailbox that's like, they correspond between the different years. So it was really weird. I really couldn't get into it, because I was just like, this is too much for me. Like at this point, we might as well do Back to the Future and get you a time machine at this point. It's like, y'all kind of losing me. But I just put it here just in case anyone would like it, because it does have that pen pal type of trope. Yeah, so that I put in 8 down. Perfect. And next we have work romance. 8 down. I'm putting that in 8 down. I love that trope. Like, it's just always gonna eat. I don't know what else there is to say. Confessions of a Shopaholic is one. I really love that. I love that movie. I already did a reaction to it, so if y'all want to go see that, y'all should. Loved it. Nice dynamic. Used for My Talent. Okay. Used for My Talent. It's a Chinese drama. I love it. I still have to finish it. I have a hard time finishing K-dramas or C-dramas, because I enjoy them a lot, but then I always get like sidetracked and I never finish it. I need to start finishing it, because I love Used for My Talent. I love it. A good workplace romance. King the Land, another K-drama. Y'all should check it out. These are on Netflix. Great workplace romance. Still have to finish that too. Okay, next we have on the list is Marriage of Convenience. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in 'Twas a Gag. I like it. It has a potential to eat down, but sometimes I don't like it when it just feels forced. And that's probably why I put it lower on the list, because there are some books where it's like you have no choice and it's like blackmail, and that's why I'm like, it's gonna be lower on my list just because of that. But I do enjoy the Marriage of Convenience, so that's why I'm putting it in like 3rd on the list. Because this is my first life, the K-drama that I told you guys about, that was also like Secret Identity or whatever. It's also a Marriage of Convenience, so I quite enjoy it. So I like having like multiple tropes in one. Like, it's really iconic. Purple Hearts is another Netflix movie. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but it's another Marriage of Convenience. I've seen a lot of people rag on this movie, but I actually don't mind it. I actually quite enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a guilty pleasure. I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, another trope. The next trope we have is fake dating / fake engagement. I like it a lot. I'm gonna put it in 8 down. It always eats. Like, it's predictable, but they need to stop making the books and the movies or TV shows so good to the point that, like, when it comes to fake dating, like, it's good. It's predictable, but it's good. Well, actually, I didn't write any TV show recommendations that have that, because I don't really know a lot of TV shows. So if y'all know TV shows that have that, fake dating, let me know. But the first thing I'm going to put is The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton. I love that book. Y'all should go check it out. I loved it. It was like fake dating. The man's an astronaut. It's a black romance. He's an astronaut and she's an event planner. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And shout out to a new profession that we don't read about often in books, in romance books, because I've never read about an astronaut until now. So it was good. The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. Iconic. To All the Boys I Loved Before. Need I say more? Come on. Just Go With It with Adam Sandler and Jennifer. How did I forget her name? Y'all know the Jennifer I'm talking about. Jennifer Aniston. Okay. Love Hard with Nina Dobrev. I love that movie. I love that movie so much. And The Holiday with Emma Roberts. That was a good movie too. So I love the fake dating, fake engagement. Love it. So yeah, 8 down. Perfect. Next we have on the list is Grumpy Sunshine. I love a good Grumpy Sunshine. 8 down. What more can I say? Recommendations are Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. That was a cute book. Not gonna be reading it again because it was some spice in there, but I read that like 2 years ago, so I just thought to put it in there. But like I said, we need to have books with no spice in it, please. That would be great. But other than that, it was a good book from what I remember. Nick and Jess from New Girl, that show, I still have to finish it. Like I only watched like a couple episodes of season 1, but I kind of enjoyed it with Zooey Deschanel. It's kind of cute. When Harry Met Sally, that's another Grumpy Sunshine. Like, yeah. Sally was like the very sunshine, you know, and Harry just seemed very like morbid and dark a little. Sound of Music, Maria and Captain Von Trapp. Come on. Frozen, Anna and Kristoff. Enchanted with Giselle and Robert. They're cute. Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey. I love Grumpy Sunshine. Like, it's a cute dynamic when the girls like the sunshine and the guys the grumpy. Like, I kind of enjoy it, so that's why I put it 8 down. Now, reverse Grumpy Sunshine. I'm not sure where to put this because I used to hate it, but because I didn't like the whole topic of like, oh, the girl, because like I find that sometimes with reverse Grumpy Sunshine, the girl could be like really, really mean and the guy is just very, very, very nice. I don't like that the girl like really, really like extremely mean, like treating the guy like crap, and then the guy's just like, give me more. I don't like that. So that's probably why I'm just kind of like, I probably was like, I don't know what I've seen that, I just know that I've always hated it. But once I dug down and realized like, what could I consider, what are some examples of reverse Grumpy Sunshine, I realized that through these examples, I actually may not hate it as much as I thought. I may not even hate it at all. Because 10 Things I Hate About You, it's improperly categorized as enemies to lovers, but I realize it's kind of not because they never really hated each other in the beginning. Heath Ledger's character just kind of came to Julia's character and, you know, part of a bet, but they never hated each other. They never had animosity really. So I kind of gave it a reverse Grumpy Sunshine. You know, she was very kind of like a little bitter, but yeah, I kind of enjoyed their dynamic though. Parks and Recreation, April and Andy. I still have to finish Parks and Rec, but that's another reverse Grumpy Sunshine. It's okay. Their relationship is okay. I kind of skipped their scenes. I don't really care much for them, but it's not a bad dynamic, I'll say. Phil and Claire Dunphy. I love Modern Family, so actually I could kind of see that being like a cool, just because of these examples alone, I'm like, okay, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. So I'm gonna put it in could be not, who's to say. Sometimes it could be done really well. Next we have is Accident Baby. Now, I hate it in a book. Like, I'm gonna put it in could be not, who's to say, because I hate it in a book. Like, if that's in a book, I'll literally just not finish. But when it comes to a movie or a TV show, why am I sad? I don't know what it is. I'm just sad because Jane the Virgin, I loved it. I still have to finish it. Look Who's Talking. I love Kirstie Alley and John Travolta. Like, I love that movie. I love like that baby plot line in a movie or a TV show. It just eats. Fools Rush In with Salma Hayek and Matthew Perry, rest in peace to him. Love that movie. I love it. The Backup Plan with J-Lo. Like, come on, like the material is right there. Like, I don't know, something about it I love. The only TV show or movie that I don't like with the Accident Baby is Secret Life of the American Teenager. That show is just so, I don't care. Like, how many times are you gonna say you're pregnant? Girl, let's wrap it up. So that's also probably why I was just like, I don't care for it. But I'm gonna put it in could be not, who's to say, because the movies that I've listed do a great job with this trope. Forced proximity. It's gonna go and snatch my wig. It's the best, one of the best tropes ever, okay? I love this trope so much. When they're forced to be around each other, I love it. For like a common goal or something like that, love it. So an example I have of this is Peeta and Katniss from the Hunger Games. Like, they're literally forced to be around each other because they're from the same district, and honestly, without the Hunger Games, they never would have even connected. Like, yes, he gave her some bread back when she was starving, whatever, in the district. This is the Hunger Games, by the way. I don't know if I told y'all, but for some people that don't know, but they never really fully interacted. Like, they grew up together, but they never talked. Yeah, so forced proximity, without the Hunger Games, we wouldn't have Peeta and Katniss. So I put, they're like the OG forced proximity, and we love Peeta and Katniss. Are you kidding me? Shout out to my short king, okay? Romancing the Stone, another obscure movie. It has Michael, child, I should be Googling, but it's the way I just don't feel like it. But Romancing the Stone, it's a movie that came out in 1984. Great movie. Y'all should watch it. Basically, she's trying to look for her sister who's been kidnapped by Colombian. Well, she was kidnapped in Colombia. The thieves are not Colombian though, because Danny DeVito was one of the thieves. But anyway, she basically trying to find a map to this treasure or whatever, and her sister's, the main character's sister's husband had the map before they killed him, child. So basically, they're trying to tell her, come to Colombia, bring us the map so we can get the treasure, and then you get your sister back. She just runs into a whole bunch of hijinks in Colombia, and she meets this guy, this like traveler, wanderer, basically, and that's kind of how they connect. Pretty good, pretty solid movie. And 80s movies, I have a love relationship with them. I love 80s movies so much. Another forced proximity is Someone Like You with Hugh Jackman. I forgot the woman's name, but anyway, basically a part of forced proximity was they had to move in together. Hugh Jackson's character's name is Eddie. The main character's name is Jane. Jane and Eddie had to move in together since her and her ex-boyfriend were supposed to get an apartment together, but he flaked out on her basically to be with his old girlfriend. So he flaked out on her. She already moved out of her apartment and everything. Yeah, so it's like she's kind of like, I'm homeless now. So Eddie, basically, her and Eddie, Hugh Jackman's character, end up living together. So that's how I put forced proximity. It's a cute romance. The Wedding Planner, another forced proximity. They had to be together to plan the wedding, even though it's messy as heck, because I minus a little points for cheating for that too, because Matthew McConaughey's character, like, I don't know why his fiance even let Matthew McConaughey and J-Lo plan the wedding together. Like, J-Lo's an attractive woman. Like, you gonna sit there and let your man plan a wedding with with the wedding planner who's a gorgeous woman? You don't want your man for real. Like, J-Lo at that? You don't want your man for real. But anyway, that's the forced proximity. It was a cute romance, but at the same time, like I said, I'm minusing points, metaphorical points for cheating, because I don't like the cheating aspect. Because what the hell are you doing? Don't, like, break off the engagement. What are you doing? So forced proximity, yeah, but it is upper echelon for me. Next we have is found family trope. I love a good found family trope, like when a baby comes in the mix or something like that. Like Life as We Know It is an example of like a found family trope. Like, there were two people, they didn't get along, but their friends got married and they had a baby. Eventually they had to end up raising the baby by themselves because their two best friends died. So, and they were their best friends wrote them in a will, like they would inherit the baby, like they would take care of the baby. So I like a nice found family. They end up becoming a family because of it. So found family trope will go under 'Twas a Gag. I quite enjoyed it. Baby Boom is another one that I enjoyed with Diane Keaton. She also inherited a baby like from her great uncle. Her great uncle passed away, and he wrote, and she hasn't spoken to him since she was like a kid. And I don't know how, I guess, or why, but he wrote in his will that she was going to inherit, I think, his great niece or something like that. So she ended up having to take care of a baby while she was like high up on the corporate ladder. So she was not even thinking about kids at all. It was a really interesting movie. She ended up raising a baby by herself and ended up finding a man So, found family. Jurassic World. I forgot which one. I think it was the sequel to Jurassic World. They ended up, the two main characters ended up adopting a little girl. So, another found family trope. Celeb romance. I'm going to put it in IDK because I don't read a lot of it. And some are good. Like, I don't read or watch a lot of it, but like the ones I've seen, or the one I've seen is good, but at the same time, it's not good enough to make me be like, So I'm just gonna put it in 90K because I don't care much for it. Beyond the Lights was good. I really did quite enjoy it. But I don't get excited to watch it over again. Like, it's like I watch it like once or twice, but I don't get excited like I really want to watch Beyond the Lights. Like, it's a good movie, but like I said, celeb romance, so I don't care much for it. Notting Hill. I tried to watch it, y'all, and I was bored. I'm not gonna lie. I had to pause. I tried. I really actually tried to give it a chance before watching this. Or not before watching this. I tried to give it a chance before doing this to see like, oh, maybe I might like celeb romance. Turns out I didn't. The first 40 minutes and I was like, we still got an hour to go. I'm gonna go ahead and close the laptop now. Yeah. So, Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. I watched it when I was in high school. It was with, what's the man's name? I forgot his name. But he was in Transformers, one of the military men. But I haven't seen that movie in years. I didn't care for it, from what I remember. Yeah, but I'll just put that up there. So, celeb romance, I'm putting in IDK. Okay. Royalty, politics. I put royalty and politics in the same plane. I'm putting royalty and politics in... Twas a Gag. I quite enjoy it. Princess Diaries, First Daughter, What a Girl Wants, My Date with the President's Daughter, Chasing Liberty, all that good stuff. Those are solid movies. Forbidden Love. Next, I'm kind of like speeding through this because I don't got much time. Forbidden Love, I'm going to put in could be not, who's to say. Because it could be good, just as long as it's not nothing like, quote unquote, what they would consider taboo. Like, oh, I fell in love with my friend's dad. You're weird. That is disgusting. I'm sorry. Take it off. Like, I don't want to read that ish. I don't want to read that. No, that Forbidden Love is weird to me. Now, if it's Forbidden Love, like two families are fighting and we're on the opposite sides, like Romeo and Juliet, okay, I'm sad. I like that. Or Tristan and Isolde, I kind of liked it too. But I minus a couple points for the cheating. But y'all should go check out Tristan and Isolde with James Franco. Good movie. Solid movie. Cheating trope. You already know where this is going. Loathe entirely. And I'm putting it in Kill It With Fire. Because I hate a cheating trope. Because why can't you just break up with somebody? What is you doing? What are you doing? Something Borrowed. That's an example. I don't like it. I watched that movie one time. And that's all. I ain't got to watch it but once. And I didn't like it. I was like, what is going on? You loved her for years. And also on top of that, you're cheating with her best friend. It was just... Moving on. Not necessary. The Reba Show. I don't know. Reba was a survivor for real. She's a survivor. Like, she's really a survivor because I'm not letting my ex-husband who cheated on me bring his pregnant mistress to my house every day like we having a family dinner or something. Like we having a family powwow. No. She's a survivor. Better than me because I would not. That's why I don't like the cheating trope because I'm like, couldn't be me. Step siblings. Kill It With Fire. I'm sorry. I don't care for it. They tried to trick me back in the day with Life with Derek because something about it, I did like their dynamic and chemistry when I was young. But the whole stepbrother, step-sibling thing, weird as hell. Kill it. Cruel Intentions. I watched a couple clips. I tried to watch the movie, but it was really sinister. I didn't care for it. The whole step-sibling. It was just very, very weird. Kill It With Fire. Teacher Student. Kill It With Fire. I don't like it. Ezra and Arya. Don't like it. Like, what are you doing? Like, they really tried to feed us this when we were young. Holly weird. Okay. Slow Burn. Snatch my wig. Immediately. Need I say more? Janine and Gregory from Abbott Elementary. Love it. We've been waiting 3 seasons for them to get together. So please, keep it that way. Ooh, keep it that way, please. Thank you. When Harry Met Sally, also, it's the ultimate slow burn because, like I said, their relationship has crossed different. Their relationship has advanced throughout 12 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? They start off as enemies, friends, then became lovers later on. Like 12 years. Okay? That's the ultimate slow burn. Single dad trope. I'm gonna put in because sometimes I find with the single dad trope, when they date, and I don't know if it's just because it is a double standard, because I don't know if it's just because like in real life that I find that like sometimes if it's a single dad, if it's a single dad, when they're dating women that don't have kids, the women end up having to become nanny and end up taking care of the kids more so than the dad does. But that's just what I've heard. But that's what I said, sometimes, not all the time. But in books and stuff, I feel like I could see that too, so I don't care. One Fine Day is an example of single dad trope. Mrs. Doubtfire, as much as I loved Robin Williams' character in the book, like he wasn't stepping up as a father until the mom had to kind of like hammer down, and that's when it's kind of like, you see what I'm saying with the single dad trope? Like sometimes it's like you're doing this for play, like you need to be serious. 9 out of 10, I find that the mom is. Definitely, maybe it's a good single dad trope because he was a good dad. I don't think he was playing games, really. Ryan Reynolds in the movie. The Holiday, Jude Law, single dad trope. I didn't mind it. He was a widower. I think he was doing a pretty good job. But like I said, I put it in because I don't really care much to read it. Single mom, double standard. I don't mind single mom more so. But I'm going to put it could be not, who's to say. Because it's kind of like, it could be good, could be not. An example is Hope Floats with Sandra Bullock. One Fine Day, again. Made in Manhattan, I quite enjoyed it. Unrequited Love, trash, just as I thought. Yeah. Holiday, Jasper and Iris, Forrest Gump, My Best Friend's Wedding, again. Hunchback of Notre Dame, it hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like unrequited love. We see much of that in real life. Miscommunication trope, I'm putting that also in Kill It With Fire, trash. The Unhoneymooners, I didn't like. Y'all should just read the book, but there was a miscommunication part that kind of not destroyed, but kind of ruined what the relationship could have been in the beginning. Whatever. The Parent Trap, again, miscommunication. She left. He didn't know that he wanted her to chase it. He didn't know that she wanted him to chase after her. That's how they divorced. Anyone But You, another miscommunication trope. Netflix movie, I should go check it out. Shrek. Yeah, I can't really explain too much because I'm running out of time. Yeah, that's a miscommunication trope because he thought that she was talking about him as an ogre, and he thought like, oh, she thinks I'm disgusting. It's like she was talking about herself. But he started feeling like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't like you because of that. Age gap, trash. I hate it. I literally hate it. Kill With Fire. I don't like it. It's weird to me. How Stella got her groove back. Like, why are you dating someone 20 years younger than you? This man is 20, you're 40. This child is basically giving 20, you're 40. Anyway, Idea of You. I didn't watch it simply because of that. I told y'all when I hate a trope, I'm not watching, I'm not reading. Anyway. So anyway, that's it for my trope list. We are running out of time, child. I don't got much space on this memory card. But anyway, I went through all the tropes. And this is my ranking. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.